The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Power Trading Hour, with your host, David White. Now, the author of The Path of Least Resistance and the Tech Insider, David White.
And welcome, fellow traders. It's a beautiful Monday, June 11th. The sun is so bright down here, you'd think you were standing on the sun. It is a beautiful but hot day. We get about 8 months of just perfect weather down here in Clearwater, Tampa, but about 4 months, 2 months are kind of hot and toasty, and about 2 months are kind of a little cool. Very nice winter this year. It was cold. We only had a couple of snaps that were fairly cold, but kind of getting into it a little early this year. Normally, these really super hot days start about mid first couple of weeks of July, run on till September. I had a real cooker on Sunday. I think the adjusted temperature for humidity and everything was at 105. Just a really hot scorcher out there. And yeah, you go through about a 5-day deodorant pad in about 5 minutes. But that's what it's all about, Florida in the summer. S&P's off about 675, off about 66 on the Dow and 27 on the NASDAQ. I think a little of this is probably weakness on Apple. I was kind of talking to Tom about it on Friday's show in the second hour when we were doing technology. I really didn't have a good way to calibrate what the new Steve Jobs is meant when 2 weeks ago he said he was going to blow us away. I mean, it could have been anything, could have been in the new iPhone. Real hard to calibrate what he is. Much like President Obama wouldn't use any of his political capital to go to the Wisconsin election last week, probably because he already knew the results before anybody was going to say. A lot of times, Steve Jobs wouldn't use that political capital unless he was really rolling out something very important. The new CEO would use it and kind of get a underwhelming performance here. Is not probably got to be a little bit, I'm going to just call it weak. We're going to go through what the new products were that they launched and why they are great. It's more of a cult fanboy kind of following than anything truly remarkable. I'll tell you why they are doing some of these things, I believe anyway, my speculation. Today is National Corn on the Cob Day. If anybody knows where those little things are that poke into the ears of the corn on the end with the little spikes, I'd like to know what those things are called. I always like those. And why, so ironically, do they have to look like little pieces of corn themselves? I always wondered why that was. You never find any that just look like, it looks like the end of a stick or something. They are always a whale, or mostly the ones I see are like little pieces of corn. But, National Corn Day seems awful early in June 11th. I don't think you get a lot of corn till about mid-July, even in corn country, much less the rest of the world. Maybe there's some reason I'm not sure of, but a little bit of butter and a little bit of salt. In fact, I cook those on the grill. It's making me think about corn on the cob. I like to cook those on the grill, and the secret is to soak them in ice water in the husk, and cook them in the husk, and then pull that back about 40 minutes on the grill. Perfectly done. Soaking them in ice water for about 45 minutes lets all those sugars really come up and make them pop. So I'm looking forward to some fresh corn on the cob coming up here soon. We talked a little bit about the Tom O'Brien Show and my Tech Insider part of it. One of the things was the passwords that are most commonly used. Someone has gone through and checked all the passwords. I've got them here on the screen, but if your password is password, or 123456, or QWERTY, or dragon, or baseball, or football, or monkey, or Mustang, or Michael, or Shadow, or Master, or Jennifer, I would change it. Also, don't make it 111111, Jordan, Superman, or Harley. These are the top 20, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 comes in about 21st, I think, or 22nd. One of the gentlemen that's actually going, a company filed to go public, maybe it's in my next slide, shows you the chart of the most used passwords. After going through about 2 million of them from the leak from LinkedIn last week, they went ahead and cracked all of them. But 71% of all passwords appear on the top 500 list, and I think 50% of them are in the top 200 words out there. Oh, actually, 40% of all passwords appear in the top 100. I think maybe people are getting a little bit better about picking up passwords. Yeah, Qualys, QALYS, is a company. I think they actually filed to go public. Did either today or on Friday. One of the gentlemen that works for him, Pesky, opened a open source password cracker called John the Ripper. This is a program that runs with a thing called rainbow tables to quickly crack hash codes for passwords. Anyway, ran John the Ripper with a dictionary of about 4,000 words. The program then switched to incremental mode based on statistical analysis of the password structures, which generated more probable passwords. The results, after 4 hours, approximately 900,000 passwords had been cracked. That's in 4 hours out of 2 million. So, you know, about what is it, 50%? Then he ran some numerous iterations incorporating older dictionaries to uncover less common passwords, and ended up cracking a total of 2 million of the, I think it was 6 million passwords from LinkedIn that were leaked last week. Maybe it was 4 million, can't remember. All this just to remind you all, when you put in a password, if you want to make one that isn't crackable by these things that you can just go to the internet and find, make them 10 or 11 digits, put in one character from the top row of your keyboard, like an asterisk or an exclamation mark somewhere in it, or a percentage mark, or the up arrow, caret, or the asterisk. I'm partial to the asterisk, but I actually changed that because I knew I was going to tell everybody today, so I changed my passwords. But just remind that I think what we're going to see is the golden age of hacking, as a lot of these tools come out. But not only that, our government apparently and the Israeli government has spent a huge amount of money making the perfect Trojan horse, I'm going to call it that way. And these examples are going to be used for years to come. Everybody's been ripping apart those examples since they were found out. And my guess is we're going to have a bumper crop, not of corn this summer, but very shortly probably of extremely virulent replicating viruses. So I brought up actually making sure that you back up your computer regularly, especially over probably the next 6 months. I use Acronis True Image Home, which is one of the great password backup programs. And also just like taking your kids to school but not vaccinating them. If you don't have a good virus checker on your machine, you're just help propagating those viruses across the internet. And since we have a public email address on our website, I get all those emails when you get cracked, believe it or not. But just remember, if you need a free one, I like AVAST, Avast, like Avast Mateys. You can go to cnet.com and check out the downloads section and just put in Avast in it. You'll find a good way to catch it. Airbuses are going to probably be grounded for weeks, if not months. Airbus's fleet of A380s have been beleaguered by problems with crack in their wings since January. They're going to up to 8 weeks in order to repair the problems. These huge planes with huge wings and cracking is nothing new. The Air Force ordered had to order a redesign of its wings of its C-5 Galaxy. If anybody's ever been to one of the air shows, they've seen this giant thing with about 4 or 5 tanks rolling out the back end of it. C-5 Galaxy, also called the Starlifter, had the exact same problems. These huge things, absolute massive airplanes, seem to always have wing cracking problems, and have since people started designing them. The Russian version of that, Tolov, I forget what the name of it is. They make another one that's actually a little slightly larger than the A380 to transport things. Everybody has these wing cracking problems, which even though they're going to repair them, I wonder if that's ever going to fix them. I know that the C-5 Galaxies have gone through numerous repairs and actually replacement of the wings of those planes just because of the immense weight. Probably nothing new, but probably pretty good for Boeing, which I think just opened up a new plant in Oklahoma here last week. Ruben, Google's senior VP of mobile, was talking out here just over the weekend. And each day, 900,000 Android devices, tablets, all kinds of things are being activated each day. With its free price point for developers, it is becoming a huge applications, I don't want to call it carrier, but 900,000 activations every day. That's, what, about 6 million every week? You got to think somebody's doing something right. If they ever figure out how to flip the switch on how to make money, and this is kind of like a Facebook thing. If they can figure out how to turn on the money for all these Android devices out here over time, going to make a pile of money, but still turning on 900,000 a day. Talking a little bit about Facebook, the numbers are out for last year's online and internet advertising. It's coming out to just about $8.3 billion was spent with companies like Facebook and Google and Amazon and the rest of online advertising. And when we look at it, probably the most interesting thing is it's still up 15% from a year ago, even with the economy and the fairly stinking economy. So keep an eye on this. Still looks good, but look at that chart. Back to 1996, online advertising has a fairly straight growth cycle, and if you look at this last month's numbers that came in, still looking very good. We'll be back in a second. Give me a call, 877-927-6648.
It's that time of year again, and the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway is back. Every day in June, Monday through Friday, we'll be giving away a Great Panther Silver 1-ounce silver bar, and all you have to do to enter is visit the front page of TFNN.com and fill out your entry. Great Panther Silver and TFNN wishing you a great start to the summer. Sign up today to have a chance to win a 1-ounce silver bar during the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway the whole month of June at TFNN.com. With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you gain access to each host charts and computer screen as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, Dave White, Larry Pezzavento, or Victor Jones, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV yet, then visit TFNN.com today to see what you're missing. You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Stock market corrections are the number one reason that a buy and hold investment strategy produces the poorest results, and I have 73 years of data that proves it. Now, the good thing about economic difficult times is that the worst economy can produce the best rewards in the shortest period of time. In fact, during the last 130 years, 61% of that time period has been spent in recession. And if you're one of the 70% of American households relying on their 401ks and IRAs for retirement, you need the single strategy that is bulletproof against the turmoil of our stock markets. Go to the homepage at TFNN.com. Under Breaking News, click on Success is a Numbers Game to receive this must-have free report. This bulletproof strategy may be days away from giving the next signal. Don't neglect your retirement, and don't neglect this signal. If you're even a little bit interested in accumulating wealth, providing a better life for you and your family, then go to TFNN.com to order your free copy of Success is a Numbers Game today. Implement the disciplines contained in this report, and success will be yours for the taking.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And just wanted to remind you, as we get through some of the news here, we've got probably the best Tiger Dollar promotion ever. Each of the 7 hosts on TFNN are going to do a 90-minute webinar for you. If you go ahead and purchase your Tiger Dollars now, I think it goes through the next few days here, but go to the, don't prognosticate. Don't put it off. Just go ahead and check out the front page of TFNN.com and check it out. But everybody's going to be doing a 90-minute special, let me put it that way. So it's going to be very good. You're going to get everybody about 90 minutes. I kind of went through mine last week of what I want to do. But if you've wondered about the science behind writing black boxes and how computers trade, I'm going to probably introduce through 90 minutes most of the technical ways, and I mean, when I mean technical, I don't mean moving average. I mean truly technical ways people look at the stock market. So if you want kind of a more, how can I say this, a more scientific view of looking on it, we're going to talk a lot about it. I've got about 20 things on my list where we're going to go into a lot of scientific mathematical relationships in the marketplace. I think anybody that hasn't followed the show religiously every day is probably going to miss a few things I've talked about, but we're really going to get into kind of upping one's game from things like risk-reward to understanding truly how to place position sizing, but more on a mathematical basis instead of just kind of a rule of thumb. It's going to be very interesting. I know let's talk to Steve. I'll probably catch him after. I'll have to find out what he's going to be doing about his webinar about. But mine's scheduled, I think, mid-August, so I'm looking forward to it. Again, go to the front page of TFNN and check it out. S&P's down almost 9. So just going to probably see this thing slowly fade into the closeout here. Of course, we did have some intervention today. Everybody thought Spain was saved, and of course, that rally melted like ice cream on Georgia asphalt in July. Just didn't last all that long. And besides, it just seemed kind of wasted. $100 billion here, $100 billion there, still isn't going to do anything until they own up to their problems. MIT has a kind of a very interesting new development out. They have software that actually will give you kind of X-ray vision into humans, and it's kind of interesting. Not an easy way to show this. Should have saved the video, but actually can see your heartbeat through your skin, other things like that. Looks like it's going to have a lot of applications. I'd probably really like to have this at the poker table if I could see all my opponents. But very, very interesting stuff. You might want to check it out there. But a little big brothery, a little nervous. But I'm thinking most of the things that they talk about in their press release, pretty much lie detector using just a video camera. Very interesting, very scary also. Going to be thinking about that. We talked a little bit about Apple to get, now we're going to go through what the actually released and why everybody's probably a little bit disappointed. Market was looking for something like the Apple TV or one of the new products. Tim Cook, the new CEO, had promised to blow us away today, and I think the market's a little bit underwhelmed. Probably tell you why. From his keynote address, there are 30 billion app downloads from the iStore. 1/3 of them have been for iPads, so about 10 billion, not too bad. They released or showed a new smart case for the iPad. No big deal, kind of a yawner. The Mac AirBook has USB 3.0, Ivy Bridge chips in it, and SSDs. These have already been available for computers if you don't mind paying on the high end. The Retina display, which is very cool, but it got a very targeted market. It's going to be very expensive. When you start adding these things up together, the MacBook Airs that have all this fancy stuff, including the Retina display that's about double the current resolution of most displays, going to come in at about 4 Gs. We'll talk a little bit about their target market when they come back and their iCloud thing, but no one's looking at this as a huge seller out there. Makes a lot of money for them, but not anything really groundbreaking. That's probably why Apple's pulling back. They're off about $650. It needed to break through that $585.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her Small Cap Roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
This segment is brought to you by Direction Shares. To learn more about tactical tools for the sophisticated active investor, hit the Direction Shares banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Wow, I'm looking through this Tiger Dollar promotion, and very interesting. July 11th, Larry Pezzavento in Trade What You See, Not What You Think. So he's going to have a 90-minute presentation then. The week after that, Finding New Market Leaders. Ken Shreve's going to show you how he identifies new stock market leaders using a combination of fundamental and technical analysis. And that's just 2 of the 7 out here. We're going to have 7 90-minute online classes taught by the experts at TFNN. If you put it together, these are $149 seminars, over $1,000 value. Just go to the front page of TFNN and check in. We'll, when I come back from the next break, we'll talk about some of the other seminars back in there. The Retina display, 2880 by 1880. Super high resolution, about double what we have now on regular displays out there, which is 1920 by normally 1200, something like that. So, pretty good, about 50% more on the horizontal and about 1,000 more on the vertical. Pretty nice display, but this is really going to be aimed after people doing x-rays at hospitals. Apple continues edging around the corners at going after the medical part of the business, especially with their tablets and everything else. Look for probably a bigger product. I suspect that giant building in Maryland that houses about probably 1/100th of what can be put in it one day is going to be the cloud for medical document technology, and they're slowly working their way through trying to get that market. I don't know how long it's going to take them, but I suspect that there's only a few needs for a $4,000 laptop with this kind of huge high-density display, X-rays, and kind of sending high-resolution images of body parts are probably one of them. But I'm pretty much thinking that that's what they're in it. The last thing they announced is kind of an upgrade to their iCloud offering in the documents in the cloud. It's a app that's already been available from another company, but basically it's just going to automatically upload everything that you have on your machine to the cloud so you can use it on your handheld device or your tablet. So not, nothing really new other than the fact that it's going to be part of the operating system now. Probably why everybody took a collective yawn, and we're seeing Apple off about $6. About 11 on the S&P now. Volume has been rather light and tepid today. 2.8 billion shares so far. Really not going to be a whole lot. Seeing a lot of these stocks that have been either at the top banging away, still pulling back underneath levels. Even some stocks I'd like to buy if they can pull back into their into the levels I'm looking for. I've got one short in the newsletter right now. For risk reward, I like more the Kelly criterion. Kelly was one of the guys that really did a great job of figuring out how to play blackjack and knowing when to bet more or bet less. That can be applied to the stock market. And right now, I pretty much try to cut up my position, so I have no more than 10% in any individual stock. And right now, I only want to have one position out there in the marketplace. The way this thing looks, I'm getting less signals now in my nightly scan than any since Christmas. Pretty good indication that we're in no man's land, and that other than I can have one that I'm pretty sure of that's headed back down and short on, I think we're waiting for a much bigger signal and maybe even a scary one to set the hook at the bottom and probably go long. But I suspect it's going to be awful hard if you're not trading in a matter of minutes to have anything that is newsletter worthy as this market kind of just moves around a little bit. Volume again, if it was real strong here, I probably could look at short, but I suspect we're probably headed back down to 1295 on the S&P. At that point, we'll know whether volume comes in if we're headed back lower. 1225. 1205 could certainly be there if we bust out that 1285 level, 1295 level with volume next time. Really now, we're on a pullback day on a Monday, fairly light volume in the summer. Looking for heavier volume tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and light volumes on Mondays and Fridays. So I think we're probably going to learn a lot more tomorrow than we're going to learn today. I think maybe you might read too much into today. But just keep an eye on it. Again, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. Last news article I think that I've got here is that the New York Metropolitan Museum, otherwise known as MoMA, I guess that's the Modern Art Museum. That's the one I always liked. And the Guggenheim, when it wasn't leaking on me. Place still leaks, I think, rain. But anyway, you can they're making available full-size scans of a lot of the statues in it, and they're making available those drawings to people with 3D printers. If you've listened to the show, I've talked a lot about 3D printing in the past. Still one of the hottest sectors in the marketplace, but kind of interesting that museums are going to make scans of their statues and other things available here, and you can make them at home if you like. Kind of a little bit different. I can't think of a lot of reasons to buy statues, but certainly you're going to be able to get high-resolution scan images of most of these. One of the things I wanted to show, I talked about it several months ago when natural gas was starting to move up. What do we have natural gas right now? Let's see if I can find it here. $2.21, off about, what, 8 cents today. I think we're still looking for a low, and I think we're getting close enough that I'm going to start watching at here for a long-term tradable low. But there's a great website out here, and the guy hasn't updated in a number of years, but he's got 17 years of historical data. And I've looked at that. It pretty much tracks year to year, even after the data he's had out here. A lot of times there's organic reasons for movement in markets, just like the grain markets. Middle of the winter, probably not a lot of grain being produced out there, probably not as movable as they are in the summertime when heat or rain can kill or grow crops out here. The exact same thing happens in natural gas, but there is a highly probabilistic low that comes in about the third week of June, and there's an organic reason why it comes in that time frame, and that is that at that time electric companies sign their long-term contracts for the winter for those that especially heating and electricity. Also, you have a lot of electric production that comes on in the heat of summer, and that really starts to use a lot of the what used to be emergency generation systems that use natural gas also in the heat of the summer. That kind of starts it. You normally get a little bit of about a 50% retrace right around the 1st of September, and then September, October, and about the peak happens in the last week of October. So if we're looking for a big move in natural gas out here, historically, not chart-wise, you have a pretty good idea that you want to be looking at natural gas late in about second, third week in July out here. Pretty neat site. I don't think they sell anything. They haven't updated it for a while. It's a German gentleman. I've emailed him a few times in the past. Pretty nice. He said as long as I talked about his website, he was more than allowed, more than nice to allow me to use his charts in my newsletter. But nothing updated anytime soon. But he's got a lot of charts for different commodity markets for historical reference, and if you're trading something else, you might want to check out his site and some of the other historical data that he has. Just be aware of. But this one has probably one of the better historical biases for pricing in the marketplace, and I suspect we'll probably see some kind of low in natural gas in about, well, we got about 4 weeks to go. Probably about that. So probably a good time to start out here watching. And after they sign those contracts, it's probably a good time to start looking. But they'll be signing those contracts here shortly and starting, if depends on how hot it is, across the summer. But using some of that natural gas that we have to make a little bit more power out here in the marketplace. Yes, there's somebody in the den that says grains are now grown in both hemispheres. Probably some of that stuff is going to change, but as long as we're not importing natural gas, the use of it's probably going to track a little bit better, along with driving season and natural and regular gasoline, things like that. But he's got some interesting historical data out there, but you have to be aware that hasn't been upgraded lately. Anyway, that's pretty much the news for today. As we get into some other things, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. Wanted to do Apple first, just on a chart basis. I've been saying that for this thing to actually take off, we're really going to have a bust above 585. We got to 588, but you were going to have some juice to get that out. The reason why is this trading range. Let me see if I can find it just a little bit better. 18 million shares, probably going to come into it with about the same today for the last 581.50. But there was also some nice high volume days, reversal day back on the 16th of April. When you see these, they call them railroad tracks or tuning forks, the 16th and 17th. Back here that had some fairly decent volume. That's pretty much where you're tracking the top of those as a resistance, supply, however you want to term it. But that comes in right about 580. I figured this thing was going to have to open above 585 and really jump the creek out here to get going and go up to some of the last known highs out here. But we've got certainly 618 in play. Let me move that down here so we can see just a little bit better. 618 in play. It's got fairly decent volume up there, about 32 million shares. That was the gap up on earnings. Probably looking at maybe getting that tested again before this thing rolls over if you're bearish on it. But got to get above 585, and I think you got to pop above it and have some fairly decent energy at it. I'm still off 11 on the S&P, so not as bad as it could be. Again, you can give me some calls at 877-927-6648, and we'll be glad to talk about your particular stock. There's a few out here that are looking interesting, but like I said, we're probably getting fewer indications and tests than I've gotten since Christmas. Not a whole lot to look at out in the chart thing. One of the ones we've been talking about, I think I talked about it last week, is BEAM, B-E-A-M. This one's kind of been poking its head and turtling above on higher highs. Had a $60.38 high on May 3rd, 2.1 million shares. Tried to get above it, closed below it on May 31st, 1.5 million shares. I really like to see it getting above on half the volume. Need to close back below that $60.38 level to get a signal. Probably going to close just a little bit above it, maybe today. What do we got? 60.78 is the last tick I show. So we got about another 30-40 cents down on here. But there are some stocks out here that still have some risk reward in them, although this one at the high is kind of interesting. This one sells distilled spirits and Scotch whiskey, Canadian whiskey, tequila, cognac, rum, all the adult beverages. But Jim Beam, Maker's Mark, Bill Hastings, I don't know all these. Maybe I need to go to some more bars. But anyway, it's kind of interesting. There's one that we were looking at. Another one that looks interesting is Vail Resorts. You kind of think that Vail Resorts would be kind of seasonal out here. And we checking out Vail, one of the few out here that has been testing its previous high. I would like one more test on lighter volume, but I'm watching this. Symbol is MTN. The October 28th, $48.13 high. Just about 400,000 shares. Got into it with the exact same volume on June 7th. It has closed back below. You'd probably like to have one more test out here since we had lighter volume today. There's a few of these that are basing out. Again, give me a call, 877-927-6648. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the next couple of webinars we're going to have out here on TFNN.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when temporary market spikes move against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped, and you have the advantage of keeping your trades open even when the market temporarily spikes against you. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique short-term binary options that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you gain access to each host charts and computer screen as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, Dave White, Larry Pesavento, or Victor Jones, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV yet, then visit TFNN.com today to see what you're missing. Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to TFNN.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
It's that time of year again, and the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver giveaway is back. Every day in June, Monday through Friday, we'll be giving away a Great Panther Silver 1-ounce silver bar, and all you have to do to enter is visit the front page of TFNN.com and fill out your entry. Great Panther Silver and TFNN wishing you a great start to the summer. Sign up today to have a chance to win a 1-ounce silver bar during the Great Panther Silver Summer Silver giveaway the whole month of June at TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, founder and CEO of TFNN, professional trader and educator. Also a special guest on CNBC, analyzing the commodity markets. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
Boy, do we have a full bullpen today. I can see Tom was just in the green room just a minute ago, and now I see we have Larry Pesavento here today also. And we're going to have quite the 4 o'clock hour, I suspect. So we will be having a good show tonight. Again, make sure to go to the front page of TFNN and check out the Tiger Dollars deal. Larry probably is going to talk about his July 11th, trade what you see, not what you think, webinar. We talked about that. Finding new market leaders with Ken Shreve on July 18th. We've got System Expectancy with Steve Rhodes on July 25th. Benchmarking Volume in the Tick and Trend Index on August 1st with Tom O'Brien. Mastering Moving Averages, Kate Stalter on August 8th. August 15th is Basel. Using the Chapman wave to identify and buy signals and sell signals. And me, Trade Like a Machine, Statistics, Modeling, and Math and Trading, August 22nd. So, well worth your money to go get some Tiger Dollars today as we're finishing up a few of these stocks out here in just the last few minutes. Again, going to be a big night for us here at TFNN. Got a few of those hosts that are out there in the hinterlands actually coming in here. I could see Tom O'Brien and them talking, getting ready right now. Another one that we're watching out here to kind of base out is Rovi Corporation. And let's see. What I'm looking at in it is a nice, pretty decent volume low out here. December 21st had $23.20 and 3 million shares. Got close to getting it, but still about 12 cents higher on May 4th on 6 million shares. You knew you're going to have a retest of that low. We're getting it now, about 700,000 shares so far today. Of course, you're going to need a close back up above that $23.20 low. But look for a few of these here to wash everybody out, and don't get too wound up about it, but we are going down at least today on a lower volume. Like I said, Tuesday probably going to have a lot more volume tomorrow and have a lot more information about what the market's going to do. Zipcar, one of the few IPOs out here that not doing as horribly as the rest of the IPOs in the marketplace. But I did see it. It did test its bottom on lighter volume. May 18th low at $9.02, 570,000 shares. Got into it with about 20% less on June 4th. Got down to $8.87 on 440,000 shares. So pretty nice. Did come in lighter. Has closed back above it, which is a temporary buy sign. Still, you want to give it about 3 days to get volume, and I would probably like something like 1 million as a sign of strength. Really don't have much in there right now, so we will be keeping an eye on this. But one of the few out here that actually hasn't looked absolutely horrible in the marketplace. We've got just about a minute to go here. Just wanted one time wrap up the show, let everybody know that there is that Tiger Dollar promotion out there. We are going to be pushing it heavily. It's probably one of the best ones we've ever done. You're going to get 7 90-minute seminars across the summer. I think we're going to call this the TFNN Summer of Education, and have a little bit of fun out here. But we're coming in. I'm going to give just one more check of the volume, see how we come in on the consolidated tape out here. 3.1 billion shares, so we're probably going to end up with about 3.4 billion on the day, something like that when we get done. Not huge yet. Going to have to see what we get for volume tomorrow. You all have a great night and a safe night, and hang on for Tom and Larry here in the 4 o'clock hour, apparently. See you later.